Hey guys, Euroslam back with another video. Guys, we're 1 week away from the NBA draft. We're about 9 days away from free agency talks beginning. A couple days after that, they can actually officially sign free agents. So there's tons of rumors out there, lots of news coming out. So make sure you subscribe if you're not already, guys. I'm talking a lot more rumors coming up, a lot of news with regards to the draft, free agency trades, all that good stuff. So everyone got a couple of rumors going around right now, a couple of big players. First up, though, big one, Chris Paul. We've heard a lot of rumors about him. We've heard the Lakers had time to trade him for him. We've heard about the Bucks. Heard about the Knicks. We've heard almost any team that wants to kind of make a run for the championship or be competitive again, talking about the Chris Paul rumors. Big one that came out yesterday is the Phoenix Suns now are exploring a potential trade for Chris Paul, which is an interesting team there because they haven't made the playoffs in a long time. Devin Booker looks like a superstar, but yet to make the playoffs. It's hard for us to really judge how good he actually is when we haven't seen him play in the playoffs yet. So they're at a point now where they're getting worried. Are they going to lose Booker at some point? We've already heard him and trade rumors going around. They kind of have to do something here. Obviously, they have some good players on their team, but they haven't quite put it together yet. They went 8-0 in the bubble. They were a car sliver basket away from making the playoffs there, So they came so close, but just couldn't make it once again. And, Booker, you can see the frustration. I mean, he said it before. He wants to make the playoffs. He wants to do whatever it takes to make playoffs. So they need to make a move. Now, Chris Paul, interesting one here because they've been looking for an upgrade at the point guard for quite a few years now. They finally got Ricky Rubio last season. It was pretty good for them, but obviously he's not an elite point guard. He's not quite on Chris Paul's level. So obviously, it's not so surprising to be interested in a guy like Chris Paul. Now, obviously his age, it's quite higher than the players on their team. They're a more young team. It's a little bit different there. The belief is that he would be the one that can finally get them in the playoffs. Maybe they can make some noise there with a guy like Booker. But I personally don't like the Suns as a fit for Chris Paul. It just reminds me similar to the Thunder there, where you're going to have this team that maybe you finish 5th or 6th, and then you'll lose in the first round again. I feel bad for Chris Paul. To be honest, I think even if you ask Chris Paul, I think he'd even say, which he already has kind of said, he'd rather go to someone like New York even though the fact that they're one of the worst teams. He's already said he wants to go to New York or LA. Kind of there's two destinations that he'd like to be traded to. But when it comes down to it, Thunder are going to take the best deal they can get. And the Suns, you'd probably be looking at Ricky Rubio and Kelly Oubre Jr. and maybe a first-round pick for Chris Paul. It's just bad for Paul. You're getting rid of that salary. You're also taking Rubio's salary on. Depends how much the Thunder see in Rubio if they want to kind of have a future on him as well, or if they try to ship him out as well, get their team involved. Kelly Oubre Jr. is a nice young kid. He's done really well with Phoenix. Really looking like a good player there. I think he's on an expiring deal, so half aside how much are they willing to pay him in a new deal once he finishes his year and how good of a year he has if he were to be traded to the Thunder. But I honestly think more like that Chris Paul will get traded to somewhere like New York. I just think that New York can offer more from an asset standpoint than Phoenix. It just depends how aggressive Phoenix is. If they're really being aggressive to make this trade happen. The Thunder, they're looking to rebuild. They got rid of Donovan there. Gallinari's on his way out in free agency. So definitely going to unload Chris Paul, but get the best deal they can get. So we'll see how kind of next week plays out. Don't be surprised to see Chris Paul being traded within the next week or so before the draft begins, during the draft. Could happen. The other big name there, Russell Westbrook. Heard a lot of rumors about him. New York's been a big rumor. It's still going on. Apparently right now they're saying that both New York and Los Angeles Clippers are just coming into the news now that they're interested in him. Don't know how true that is, but it does seem like a weird fit with him with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I don't know. Personally, I don't see them really aggressively pursuing Russell Westbrook, so take that a bit with a grain of salt. I see New York being heavily interested in Russell Westbrook. I think he'd be great for the team, get him back in the playoffs. He's still, I think, in my opinion, he's still a top 10 player, Russell Westbrook. He's fantastic. His hustle gives 110% every game. One of the most explosive players in the league, hands down. Which obviously he struggled with shooting at times, but he still gets it done. Still brings a winning mentality, so I think New York would love to acquire him. I just think also with Westbrook, I don't think Houston's in a rush to trade him yet. I think they'll try to run it back I always have been a concern that they feel that Westbrook and Harden might be kind of getting a little bit antsy with the team and the direction they're going. But I think they run it back at least. You still have a solid team on the Rockets there. You still have a top 4, top 5 team in the West, I believe. You can add some pieces around that. They're saying they're willing to spend goal after tax, so we'll see if they do that or not. I would bet on Westbrook staying this season, and that I think Paul, sooner than later, will be traded. So look out for that. But guys, make sure you keep an eye out for my future videos coming out. Make sure you're subscribed. There's going to be a lot of great news. Like I said, we're a week away from the draft. A couple days after that, free agency begins. It's going to be a wild offseason. It's going to be quick. All-season season starting December 22nd. That's just over a month. It's crazy how fast it's going to go by. We're going to have a lot of news over the next month. A lot of signings, a lot of trades, a lot of moves in the draft. Moving up and down. It's still right now, this draft up in the air. It's going to be the hardest draft they're saying ever to predict. Every mock draft. It's going to be insane, guys. A lot of great stuff. So stay tuned, guys. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment below.